bet that when you first tried the cello knock or the pendulum step in English, it felt tiring, unbalanced and weird. Most people quit after trying it for the first time, thinking they are just not built for this. But the true problem is that they start with the most difficult progression and obviously they fail. In this video I will give you drills how to master the Soviet bounce footwork step by step from basic to advanced. In case you're new here, my name is Andriy Khotin. I'm a former amateur boxer and active coach from Ukraine, and on this channel we help boxers level up their game. Let's go! And we will begin with the most basic drills for beginners. Even if you're not beginner at boxing but you haven't practiced pendulum step, you're considered a beginner in this area. So the first drill will be just bouncing on your toes in the fighting stance like you would with a jump rope. Just get in the fighting stance, hands up and start bouncing. Well, it's as simple as that. I want you to focus on being springy on your feet, and I don't want you to bounce up too high. So no need to go with the full-on pogo jumps. You want to stay as close to the ground as possible, so it will look like this. And you also want to relax the shoulders with it. So if I lower my hands, my shoulders will bounce. And with my hands up and chin down, it will look like this. That was the first drill. Now we'll make it a little bit more complicated and we'll add single steps in all directions. So I'm gonna bounce and take a step forward. 1, 2, 3, step back. 1, 2, 3, step to the left. 1, 2, 3, and to the right. And I will continue like this. I will synchronize my feet with my hands. So when I move forward or back, I lift my hands, and when I go to the sides, I lift the opposite hand. So I'm protected all the way. Now we're gonna move from the fighting stance, when your left or right shoulder is forward, to the frontal stance, which looks like this when you're squared up. And we're gonna move laterally. So have your hands up, and the motion will look like this. And I'm gonna break it down. So first of all, the footwork. You take a step and you lower the center of mass because I'm getting wider. And then I'm getting back up and I maintain the same distance in between my feet. So I move 10 centimeters to the right, then this foot moves 10 centimeters as well. I don't want to move like 20 centimeters here and then only 10 here. Or I don't want to move 10 centimeters here and 20 here because I will be positioning my feet too close. So I want to maintain the distance and I'll be moving up and down just a little bit. Then you want to change the direction quite fast. So I move, then boom, I kind of push in this foot and I change the direction, and I also keep my body weight on my opposite foot. So this one is pushing and my body weight is here. And that's how I change the direction. I can do that multiple times in a row. So that's it. Now I'm just gonna have my hands up and I will be moving like this. See, I don't put my feet close together. And at this stage, I can add some punches. So it will look like that. Now the next progression will be also in the frontal stance. I will be staying like this, but I'm going to be working at one spot. And I will transition my body weight from one foot to another, and I'm going to bounce. So bouncing up and then boom, I move to this side. So my body weight is here. And I slightly rotate my shoulders. Then boom, I move here. And faster, it will look like this, with my hands down. Then I'm gonna raise my hands up and it will look like this. And I will start throwing punches. See, I transfer my body weight and boom, I synchronize my punching with this. Boom. And I'll keep going. That was the fourth drill. Now you know how to move on your toes and you know how to transfer your body weight and change the direction. Now we're going back in the fighting stance and I'm going to bounce from one foot to another. So the motion will look like this. Boom, boom. From one foot to another. I don't want to spend too much time with both of my feet in the air like this, because if I get hit here, I'll be knocked the fuck out. So I should be careful, and I want to keep the range of motion as little as possible. So one foot, another, one, another. And then I just decrease the time spending on the ground. And I'll be moving like this. With my feet. See, I slightly go forward. If you look from the side, for example, here is a line, and I'll be moving like in and out of the line, just maybe 10 centimeters. So that's the basic movement. Now just have your hands up and keep going. And I also don't keep my upper body stiff. I slightly relax it, so I'll be able to attack at all times. And I don't get to spend too much energy. And the secret of keeping the energy is in not bouncing with 2 feet at a time. So I'm not bouncing like this. And the fact that I'm transitioning my weight is deloading one foot and loading up the other one. So they both equally work and have time to rest a little bit. Okay, now we're transitioning to the next progression. And in this one, the motion will be pretty much the same. I will be bouncing in and out, and I will add one step to the side. So I bounce in, and then I bounce in and out, meaning like in inside and out to the side. So 1, 2. Now let's break this down. So I bounce in, bounce back. Now I'm gonna rotate my hips and shoulders, and I will move my head over the center line here. Now let me explain why I do this. So when I jab, I move in. Slightly I can like move my head off the ground. I mean off the center line. Then boom. But if I throw the cross like this, I'm too easy to counter because it's a wide punch. And if I attack on the center line and someone throws a counter punch, I will do damage more to myself than to my opponent. That's why with the cross, I'll be bouncing to the side. Also, the fact that I'm stepping to a side will allow my hip to rotate much better. So it will launch the kinetic chain and my punch will be harder. So I will be safer and I'll attack harder. So that's why I'm gonna be bouncing in and out. And on this stage you can also like add punches. That's the drill. And now let me show the like second part of the same drill, but moving back. I'm gonna be bouncing back, then in, then back, and I'm gonna rotate this shoulder forward. So like 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Like this. Let me explain why I do this. So I throw the jab moving back like this, right? Just the regular step back of the right foot. Then I bounce in, then boom, I throw the cross like this. So I basically rotate this to set up my cross. With punches it will look like this. Boom, 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 boom. And now let me show the whole drill together from the side. Forward and back. Forward and back. That's the 6th drill. Now let's practice the next one. And we're moving to the 7th. And this will be a little bit more difficult as I will be throwing punches not only moving in and out, but also to the sides. So I'll be bouncing in and out, then step forward, step back, step to a side, step to a side. And with these steps, I'll be able to throw any punch, basically. So I can throw jab, moving forward. I can throw cross, moving forward. I can throw jab, moving back. I can throw cross, moving back. I can throw jab to the left, cross to the left, jab to the right, and cross to the right. And you can obviously throw not only jabs and crosses, but hooks and uppercuts as well. So let me demonstrate it on the full speed. Hands up, 1, 2, left, right, forward, back, left, right. And now let's add some punches. In, out, left, right, right hand, left, right, left. So that was the drill. And now we're going to move to the last one of the basic drills. And I want you to start bouncing, and we'll be taking multiple steps forward multiple steps back and to the sides. And I will be starting from moving at one spot, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, bounce, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you see, I don't cross my feet, so I'm not positioning them too close when I move to the sides. I don't stay in one line. When I move to a side, I get a little bit more squared up. When I move forward, I don't position my feet like this, because that all will be wrong and you'll be out of position. So you take equal length steps, and you remember the drill when we moved in the frontal stance to the side. It's pretty much like this. So step forward, I slightly drop, move up, like this. But I will be adding speed and moving on my toes. So on the full speed, it will look like this. So I just move, and I can go in any single direction. I can add some head movement here. And that was the last drill of this group of drills. And before we go to the intermediate level, I want to let you know that you have to properly integrate these drills into your training so they actually work. And I did the job for you, because I created the KO boxing package in which all of this is already programmed for you. So you got boxing workouts, strength and conditioning, video lessons, and feedback from me and other guys in the private WhatsApp community. So if you want to level up your boxing game, get the KO boxing package, first link in the description. So after completing the beginner set of exercises, you know how to balance at one spot, you know how to move in all directions, and you can throw simple single punches from the pendulum step. And the first drill of intermediate level will be throwing simple combos. So I'm gonna be bouncing in and out, and I will throw like 1, 2, for example. See, I bounce. When my body weight is on my back leg, I can like accelerate from it and push myself forward and then throw the cross. And the common mistake will be, after throwing 1, 2, for example, bounce back and just freeze here, and only then start bouncing. That's a mistake. You want to keep bouncing all the time, and it will look like this: bounce, boom, boom, and I keep bouncing, boom, 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 and I keep bouncing, boom, 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 and I keep bouncing. And let me demonstrate from the side as well. So here is an imaginary line where my opponent stands. So I bounce, then boom, boom, and I keep moving, like single punch, boom, 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 and I keep moving. And yeah, obviously you know how to throw punches moving back, so you can like attack with the jab cross, for example, and then just in case, to stop your opponent if he tries to go after you, you can throw a hook to counter them. That was the first drill, and now let's move to the second one. In this one, you need a line. For example, I have one here, and I'm gonna be moving laterally with the pendulum step, and it will look like this. So I step in, and I'm moving to the right, and to the left, and I will start throwing punches here. Like this. That was the second drill. For the third one, ideally, you need some object to visualize your opponent, and you're gonna be circling around them. So I have a dumbbell here, and I'm gonna be bouncing in and out and moving to my left. Then I will be moving like counterclockwise to my right. So that's the drill. You're gonna have your hands up and throw punches. And one important moment is not to move like this in relation to your opponent with your feet in one line. You want to constantly maintain your stance and constantly readjust with every single step. And it will be like this. So the point is to move laterally. In the next drill, we're gonna practice our head movement. So we're gonna integrate slips in the pendulum step. Basically, I will be bouncing and then boom, I slightly dip. And remember how we practice step in and then step to a side? That's exactly how we're gonna be practice the step for the slip to the left. So 1, 2, hands up, and then from this position I can counter as well. And to the right it will look like this, just a step out. Pretty much the same as we bounce here and did a step, but I also like move my shoulder here and drop my weight to the right leg. And then from here, boom, a counter. Now let's do it properly. And it will look somewhat like that. Now, obviously, as we integrated slips, the next step will be integrating rolls. For rolls, you don't want to stay like too lined up. You want to get a little bit more square because the motion moves to the sides. So you'll use it not at the long distance, because at the long distance it's just easier to step back and move to the side. But for example, when I'm getting closer to the ropes, I won't be able to move back far, so I'll be going laterally. And so I move and then boom, like this. So I transfer my body weight when I'm on my right leg. I take a step, roll, and move this foot here, and I get off ropes. And in the same way, I move here. But with my hands up, it will look like this. Move, 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 boom. And you can attack on the exit. So that will be your next drill. The next progression will be to integrate the check hook. So you will basically bounce in and out, and then when my body weight is on my front foot, I'm gonna be doing this motion to get my head over the center line and move to the side, land the punch, and pivot and reset here. And from this position, I can keep attacking or just bouncing. So altogether, it will look like this. I bounce and then boom, 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 and I keep moving. And you can also go to the right as well, but throwing hook here is quite awkward, at least for me. So I like throwing here a long, like bolo uppercut, but very extended, and it will go under your opponent's jab. So they throw the jab at me, I move my head here and throw my fist right under his like biceps and into their jaw. And it will look like this. Boom, and reset. So I can go to both sides. Boom, boom, boom. Keep bouncing. Boom, 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 boom. So the drill will look like that. Okay, we have our next drill, and in this one we're gonna be throwing continuous attacks. So with every single bounce I will be throwing a punch. So going forward, going backward, forward, backward, and I will keep throwing all the way. So step in with the left, throw left, bounce back, throw right. Yeah, it's very tiring, but good. And also you have a second variation of the same drill where you throw like right hand going forward, left going back. And it will look like this. After the side steps or the check hooks, you can also implement pivoting. So I will be bouncing in and out, and then I bounce to a side, boom, and with the sweep I pivot out, and from this angle I can keep attacking. So together it will look like this. Bounce, bounce, boom, 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 and keep moving. Also you can add a provocation attack before the first sweep. So I bounce, jab, boom, 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 and keep moving. And obviously I can go to the right as well. So I move, sweep, reset, and an attack. Now let's practice it faster. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. These were all intermediate drills, and now let's move to the advanced one. The whole point of the advanced drill will be to integrate everything you practiced before from this video into a single flow. So now you know how to throw single punches, how to move, how to throw combinations, how to change directions, create angles, all of that. Now you're just free to experiment however you want, and now let me demonstrate how I do that. And that will look something like that. If you enjoyed watching this video, I definitely recommend to check out this one where I explain the basics of the pendulum step, going a little bit deeper into the fundamentals. Thanks for watching and stay sharp!